Dark by Design may contain graphic and/or explicit content. Audience discretion is advised.
Thank you guys so much for joining us, and of course, hello and welcome. My name is Rachel.
And my name is Bev.
And you're listening to Dark by Design, the podcast where two creative gals share stories of the macabre to then pick them apart before the nightmares start. Thank you guys again for joining us. Speaking of the holidays, we're actually going to start a bi-weekly schedule, an upload schedule. We're going to carry that on into the new year as well, just due to our our busy work schedules, and just to honestly pump out a little bit more curated content for everybody. And we're very excited to do that, and because again, we still have so much in the works for everyone, and we just want to get all those wonderful videos and content out to you. But we're gonna need a little bit extra time to do that.
It's kind of hard with a full-time job. So
yeah.
Also, like, what we really want to focus on, like Rachel said, is making it better. So not like. Giving you like a mediocre episode, not that anything has been mediocre, but like giving you like a half-assed episode when we can give you a full-assed episode, like, and like just doing more like visual things. It's gonna be better, and then it'll also build that anticipation a bit more. So,
ooh, very true, very true. Just essentially, like Bev was saying, just trying to beef up our production value, just to give you a better visual experience, especially when it comes to our videos on YouTube, and also just starting up a couple, different small series on the sidelines too, just to have fun and make more content and edit videos, because we both love doing that. So,
it's so much fun.
Yeah, dude, and we're just very excited for you guys to enjoy all that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Sweet.
And yeah, honestly, and if you, speaking of all of our cool content that we make, if you would like to learn more about today's episode or the content that we talk about today, you can find more information, photos, and videos on today's topic on the show's website at www.darkbydesignpodcast.com, or by following us on Instagram, Twitch, and TikTok at darkbydesign_podcast. Also linked in our about section, and if you're listening on audio in our for the podcast show, or YouTube, you can find all of the information in the description below. Thank you for reeling me in on that. I was struggling. You can also find us individually on our socials. I'm at Miss Quirk with 2 Ks on Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. And Beverly is on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube at Beverlocks with 2 S's. And you can also send us your stories via email at darkbydesignpodcast@gmail.com. All of your scary, creepy stories and or ghost encounters or just weird occurrences and or folklore topics, please go ahead and let us know, and DM us all of your fun topic and story ideas.
Yeah.
Also, there's so many other ways to support the show and us as content creators. The number one way is telling your friends and family about us. Word of mouth really will help the show grow and will give us more opportunities to make fun things in the future. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're listening on any streaming platforms, rate us 5 stars and tell us all about your year-end holiday traditions. What are they? What do you like to do? Where are you from? If you would like to give out that information, you don't have to be very specific, but like your country or like the, like where's your culture from? I would love to know.
Yeah,
we would
don't
love
dox
to know.
yourself, please.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be very terrible. And because we want to hear about it. I really enjoyed learning all about the worldly holiday traditions or end of year holiday traditions, and I can't wait to hear about Bev's stories too, which would be so much fun. And on top of it, if you would like to share, we'll thank you on air and give you a lovely compliment right back for letting us know all about your cool life. And lastly, you can also support the show on Patreon, and you can find all of the links and handles in the description and the about section linked below. So the first folklore creature that we get to talk about today Kind of gets a little dark at first, like the ones that we've talked about today. And the one thing that I have noticed about folklore and holiday traditions is that a lot of them do have like a very dark origin story, which is really weird. And this winter wonder is no different. So the first folklore creature is Lussie. Lussie comes from, I believe, Scandinavia, Norway area. Lussie is a powerful, dark creature of Scandinavian folklore that ties to the winter solstice. So various tales say she's a troll, a witch queen, and or a ruler of the Hulder folk, which are like the hidden folk, or like the creatures of folklore and fantasy,
like
the fae.
elves?
Yeah, like elves too. Yeah, like everyone. They're very fun. But one thing is for sure is that she struck fear into the hearts of Norwegian peasants and rural folk for centuries. Oh my God! Did you hear me struggle on that?
Rural juror. What?
Thank you.
Rural judge? Oh, rural lawyer? What's that thing? Where it's really hard to say. I think it's rural juror.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like it. I couldn't do that. I can already feel my stutter occurring, and I'm not even attempting it. So the night before winter solstice is when she comes out to play, and she plays hard. Dubbed Lucinot, meaning Lucy's night, this is the longest night of the year, and it is also the deadliest night for our Scandinavian friends.
Ooh.
Yeah. This horrific night signified the impending long days of winter. It was also wild as hell. According to Scandinavian folklore, animals could talk with human voices.
Ew.
The fae, right? That's kind of creepy. Like, could you imagine you're just like walking through the woods and then you're like, hey, there's a deer over there. And it just like turns your head. It's like, what's up? How are you doing today?
I
just starts talking to
my
you.
cat, like, instead of going, meow, meow, meow.
Oh, God, yeah. She's like laying on the couch and just looks at you and goes, hello, mother. How are you today?
I saw you snooing last night. Was it fun? It's like, please stop. Please.
Leave me alone. Oh, God.
Oh, it's nuts.
Yeah, it's just, it's not fun. And like a ton of other fae were coming out and just running rampant. This day is just nuts. But what's crazier is that it's actually thought to be the unofficial beginning of the Christmas season.
Huh.
Yeah, so that's kind of like the origins of Christmas.
So like Rudolph? Did Rudolph stem from this? Maybe.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say Rudolph, but I mean, there were something on your roof at night. We'll get to it. I would prefer a reindeer, honestly, over what I'm about to tell you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Yule was the pre-Christian winter celebration, and this was the most important holiday in Scandinavia and Northern Europe. All work had to be done by the winter solstice, especially threshing, slaughtering, cleaning, and the spinning of yarn. In the words of Ned Stark, winter is coming, and we must prepare. If dying of starvation or hypothermia during the harsh winter months didn't scare you, then Lucy will. If she sees that your end of season chores are not complete, she will take it out on your chimney. She'll just beat the shit out of your chimney until it breaks. Yeah, right? And you're like, what a horrible thing to do. But that was like how people lived. Like that was your only source of light. Like that was your life. So yeah, your warmth and how you're going to get through the winter before you. So you don't piss off Lussie because, oh boy, if you think that, your half-assed harvest is going to last you, I don't know, maybe to like hopefully the end of winter. Just kidding. You're dead now because, Lussie doesn't like that.
Yeah.
She's going to call you out on it.
Yeah. Wow.
Which is not fun. Yeah, but it even gets worse. So such terrifying legends fed the imagination of country folk for centuries. And if you thought that was bad, Lussie had friends. The Luceria or the Lucferda was a version of the Wild Hunt. They consisted of a whole array of terrifying creatures, from trolls to Hulda to undead spirits that would rise out of the ground or come out of the forest, kidnapping anyone foolish enough to venture outside.
What is a wild hunt?
A wild hunt, glad you asked. I did make a note of it. So in folklore studies, wild hunts typically involve a chase led by a mythological figure, escorted by a ghostly or supernatural group of hunters engaged in a pursuit. And if you're curious in like folklore studies, it's motif E501 in the fifth Thomason Motif Index of Folklore Literature. Check that out. Right? Oh my God, we can get nerdy sometimes. It's fun. It's essentially, right? It's a wild hunt is essentially just a horrific leader parading around her, their group of awful hordlings, essentially.
Yeah.
But it kind of also ties into like the thought of like Santa Claus coming and bringing his elves with him. Anyway, we'll get into it.
Yeah.
I won't spoil any further, but what am I doing? I'm getting ahead of myself. That's what I'm doing.
I love
So in her, thank you. In her book, Keeping Christmas, Yuletide Traditions in Norway and the New Land, Kathleen Stoker of the Luther College notes that these folk legends told of individuals being snatched up, carried away, and then turned loose, dazed, and manhandled in some far-off place. Other victims disappear forever. Ooh. Other traditions note that the horde would trap and bang on your windows and doors, make horrible faces in the windows to scare you, ride over the rooftops with trampling hooves. Like Rudolph, but like in a very demonic, horrible way, They damage your property and both kill you and injure people and your livestock if you stood in their way. So, yeah, they just slaughtering everybody up here. Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? What is manhandling?
They just like pick you up and carry you away and just do whatever the hell they want with you and then drop you somewhere.
It's a little rapey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm assuming it was horrific because, oh my God, it's our ancestors and they knew nothing but death and misery. I'm just kidding. But, oh my God, life was harsh. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a different kind of life back then.
Dude, I know. It's awful. And also, children were especially terrified of Lessie, for it was said that if they misbehaved, she would climb down their chimneys at night and snatch them away. Like, could you imagine, like, Samara from, like, The Ring climbing out of your chimney to come grab you?
No.
Think about it.
No.
That's what I think.
I can't imagine that.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas.
Disgusting.
Enjoy sleeping tonight.
I'm not going to sleep tonight, thank you. That's disgusting.
You're welcome.
God.
So sorry. Tonight is Sunday. You have work tomorrow.
I do.
Apologies. So, how horrific. So, you may be asking yourself, how does one protect yourself and your family from Lessie and her crew?
Yeah.
Someone had to stay awake at night to protect the farm. People hung axes, knives, and scissors over the doorways of their home and painted crosses on their doors using black tar. On the eve of the solstice, children would write the word Lessie on doors, fences, and walls. Lessie fires were huge bonfires that were burned in many parts of Northern Europe at the time to celebrate the changing of the summer course and to, I guess, maybe to potentially scare away Lessie and her horde because there's too much light, which is pretty fun. Now, mind you, even though Lessie and her horde are, like, super terrifying demons and, like, awful things, and they'll, do horrific things to both you and your loved ones, how fun, I don't want to paint her in such a dark and drastic picture because there was actually a lot of joy with this holiday as well. So winter solstice was a time for celebrating just like it is today. So there was a huge feast, there was barrels of beer, this was a very joyous occasion, there was just a jolly good time all around. Lessie was also kind of like a Christmas hype man in a way. She wanted you to celebrate your hard work. So the winter preparations beforehand, like you had to get all finish all these chores before the winter solstice. Yeah. And that's just kind of like essentially a way to say like, hey, you cleaned up nice, your food tastes great, now enjoy your harvest and celebrate another year on this planet.
What happens if your food tastes like shit?
I am actually so glad you asked. Because, dude, she gets so fucking mad at you. If she is displeased by your holiday performance, she'll yell down your chimney to scare you. Yeah, and like a common phrase that she would yell down your chimney was the following. So, nothing brewed, nothing baked, and there's no fire either. And she would yell that down your chimney to scare the shit out of you. And if she hated your performance enough, she would break your chimney. She would destroy it too.
I would 100% fuck with my neighbors back then.
Dude, I know.
Just
Could
climb
you
up on
imagine?
the chimneys, like stomp around.
Yeah, that's what people had to do.
Yeah.
Like you absolutely had to do
Like
that.
Janice,
And like you know,
fucked up this year.
remember that one time you looked at me weird in like the town square? Oh yeah,
Lucy's coming for you, bitch.
Just imagine. Yeah, and like I'm assuming like parents treated this as parents like in modern times treat like the Saint Nicholas folklore, you know, like of being with Saint Nick and like, you know, Santa Claus is real and everything like that.
Yeah.
And if you didn't know, he is real.
He is
You
real.
beautiful, sweet angel. What am I talking about? Anyway, I won't further explain this joke. But moral of the story. So I'm assuming like there's parents that were just like fucking with their kids and just like throwing rocks at their windows all night.
Yeah.
Like banging on walls. Like just imagine. And they're probably up all night just drinking around bonfires and like celebrating and feasting.
Scaring the
fun.
shit out of the kids. That's so fun.
Yeah. Oh, just think about it. We should really bring in these traditions.
Yeah. I agree.
So, like nowadays. I'm just saying.
It's not torture,
So
it's fun.
Exactly. I mean, if we like, you know, there's a debriefing after or something, I'm sure we'll be okay.
Yeah.
You know, no traumatic stress or anything from these kids in the future. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But speaking of time, for 500 years under the Julian calendar, December 13th marked the solstice. But when the Gregorian calendar became official in the 1700s, the solstice was moved to its present date of December 21st or 22nd, depending on the year. But Leslie's night remained the same. And nowadays, she's looking a little different than her horrific troll self. During the winter solstice, Norwegian and Swedish girls wearing candlelit wreaths portray and celebrate Saint Lucia, who was a 4th century Sicilian girl who became a Christian martyr. And at one point in time, somehow these two beautiful creatures merged together to create this new holiday. But Leslie was not necessarily forgotten.
Okay.
So the Nordic observation of Saint Lucy was first attested in the Middle Ages and continued after the Protestant Reformation in the 1520s and 1530s, although the modern celebration is about 200 years old. Santa Lucia festivals were originally observed mainly among the upper class. The celebration wasn't given much attention in Norway until World War II, when it was imported as a movement to try to bring light in the time of darkness as a protest against the German occupation.
Nice.
Similar to how their ancestors protested against the dark by having a celebration of light, the yuletide.
That's very
celebrations. Cool. Yeah, which I thought was really cool. And you may be thinking to yourself, why would you change from your traditions, and why would, you know, things change over time? Yeah. Personally, if I lived in the time before science and the current option was believing in a terrifying troll horde and their demon queen leader, I personally would choose Christianity too, because that shit looks lit as fuck. So, there. Yeah. That's an easy conversion for me.
Yeah. Wow, trolls are scary. Demonic trolls are scarier. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely not. But I think it's just like really cute. Like, you can see where like a lot of like, we're in the US, so this is kind of like, and we both celebrate Christmas, so this is where our backgrounds are from and traditions are in. So it's really cool to see like how
different cultures.
Yeah, they kind of have like,
yeah, it's like
they
different
have,
but the same.
Exactly. Yeah, because like I could see so many like Saint Nicholas little tropes in that, like the
rooftop
the hooves on the rooftop,
the chimney.
you know, coming down the chimney and everything like that. Thank you. I'm lost for words today.
Yeah,
you
if
beautiful
you're
queen.
naughty or
Thanks for saving me.
nice, so like if your feast is shit, you get coal or a broken chimney.
Yeah.
And if it's pretty good, then, you know, she leaves you alone, and then Saint Nick leaves you some presents. So it's a win-win, lose-lose.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's a great fucking time. I love it.
Yeah. Wow.
I just absolutely adore it. And then our second little Christmas, a literal Christmas goblin we're going to talk about next comes from Greece. So I, again, apologize for my pronunciation, but they're called the Kalikonsori? Kalikonsori. Yeah, something like that. Exactly. So imagine that I'm saying it correctly. Let's fingers crossed. I did Google Translate this. Thank you. So in ancient Greece, calendars deviated from city-state to city-state, but more often than not, the month was named in honor for Poseidon, the ancient Greek god of the sea, which fell at the time of winter solstice. So this was at the time, this was a time of numerous wild celebrations and drunken debaucheries. So, like, people were partying left and right. Like, shit got wild. Like, I could not describe to you the things that I have read, but it was over, like, a 12-day period, and people went bananas nuts. There was, like, a whole, like, day dedicated to men waiting on women just to get them, like, drunk and, like, fat and happy and do whatever they wanted and, like, serve them. And then at the end of the day, they would all get together and party and, like, have like, orgy. Great... Yep, yeah.
Nice.
And, it was, like, essentially, like, below... Like, the crazy wild stuff of this party was, like, right below, like, celebrations for Dionysus, like, the god of, like, wine and partying and stuff like that. So, you know these things had to be big.
Yeah.
Which is fun. So, sorry, what were you saying?
It's like hedonistic? Is that the word?
Yeah. Hedonistic partying. Yeah. Let's bring that back.
Damn. So nice.
Yeah. It was really fun. But the winter solstice was also a time in ancient Greece when the Kalikonsori, or mischievous Greek Christmas goblins who lived underground, emerged to wreak havoc on homes and villages.
Oh, how fun.
Right?
I love little, like little creatures wreaking havoc. It's like gremlins, but sinister and worse. I guess gremlins are sinister.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, they're terrifying little creatures.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, they're... Right? I just love how, like each culture has, like, their own terrifying little gremlin version. You know, little creature. I adore that.
Yeah, like, we have Furbies. So.
You know, honestly, though, I do agree 100%.
They're fucking scary.
Yeah.
Hate them.
Fuck them. But let me tell you about the Greek goblins. I'm going to call them the Greek goblins, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Thank you. So let me tell you a little bit about them. Because maybe Furbies won't sound that bad after I tell you of them. So I'm going to try it. No, I'm not. So the Greek goblins are essentially mischievous little goblins, elves, or gnomes. They come up to the surface of the earth during the 12 days of Christmas from the end of December, when the sun will not move again until the 6th of January, or Epiphany, where they cause all sorts of trouble and mischief. So essentially, in a 12-day period, they're out just wreaking havoc when the sun is not out as much.
Damn.
Due to the winter solstice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate them.
They're little shits already. So they're actually similar to your the 12 little trolls that you told us about.
Yule lads.
The Yule lads, yeah, but they're just also disgusting, and they haven't, like, PG'd themselves. So can't wait to get into it.
All right, let's see.
Yeah. So for the rest of the year, they live at the center of the earth, where they spend their time using a large saw to cut down the world tree, or the tree of life that holds up the world. What little assholes. The Kalikonsori are said to be small, black, and male, mostly blind, with long black tails. They speak with a lisp and eat small creatures such as worms, snails, and frogs. They only come out at night and are afraid of the sun, fire, and holy water. They enter houses any way they can, through windows, down chimneys, through keyholes, and any cracks that they may find, in walls and around doors. Once inside, they cause havoc. Rather than being evil demons, they are considered impish and stupid, and a variety of stories of creepy Christmas imps and demons from other cultures may have them appearing on the 12th day as a werewolf or a witch.
How tall are they?
Oh, they're just like little tiny things. I'm gonna say
Like,
maybe they come up to your like
because they're fitting through
maybe
keyholes, right?
Oh yeah, I guess they're super tiny. They're super
Damn.
duper tiny. Yeah. And they're disgusting little creatures.
Yeah, ew. You can't hide from them because they can fit through anything. That's
yeah,
disgusting.
and dude, they'll find you. This is their job. They've lived all year round just to hunt you down and cause havoc.
They're gonna
It's the
kill
worst.
you. I'm just kidding. Probably won't. But
Well, they're gonna make your life very uncomfortable.
Oh, great.
And there's a lot of them. So in Greek folklore, there are lots of these little mischievous little shits. Like I'm talking like 20 plus different versions of them or different varieties. They all have their own specific name and traits.
Huh.
And we're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about 6 of them today, which is gonna be pretty exciting.
okay.
So our first one, again, sorry for the mispronounce or just pronouncing things in general. The first one we have is the Magaras. Oh God, Magaras. Thank you. Oh my God, I even practiced. So the first is the Magaras. And the Megara has a big, fat, drum-like belly and leaves terrible, filthy smells all over people's food.
So unfortunate.
Yeah. We have the Malaganas, which is a slick, very sly creatures. He craves attention and will do anything to get it. He also deceives children with sweets with sweet words in order to steal their candy.
That's fun.
Yeah, so he like sweet talks kids out of their own
Literally
candy.
stealing
It's really cute.
candy out of a baby's hand.
Yeah.
So precious.
The next one we have, I don't know how the hell I pronounce this one.
Copsomesitis.
We're going to go for it. Thank you very much. And he is a lame hunchback with a weakness for pancakes and honey.
Same.
I know, right?
Yeah.
he's my favorite of the bunch, I must admit.
He's wholesome.
Yeah, he's the one that I will absolutely allow into my home. He can eat as much cakes and honey as he wants. Just leave me be.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Then we have the Malapardas. And essentially, if a housewife forgets to make sure that the lid is on the pan whilst cooking food, the Malaparda will grab the chance to urinate all over what's cooking. So he'll just pee in your pot. He'll pee all over your food.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Disgusting. I hate that.
Like,
Ew.
what an asshole.
That's
Yeah.
He's kind of the worst. I kind of hate him. I hate him the most.
Yes, absolutely. He's probably, just don't pee on my food.
Yeah,
I mean,
like goblin pee too. Imagine how stinky it is.
Oh, you know, I
Nasty.
didn't, oh God. I didn't consider that.
Yeah, it's kind of gross to think about, I think.
I don't,
hate
oh
that.
God. Yeah, no, thank you. Oh my God, I totally didn't think about it. Ew. Okay, let me get it out of my head. Okay. Okay. Deep breathing. We're fine. We're moving on. Ew, my God, could you imagine?
No.
I don't want to.
Mm-mm.
So next up, we have, I might need your help with this name again, Colovilnius?
Colovillonis?
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll go with your pronunciation. I like yours better. The Colovillonis is as long as a string of macaroni with a tail that ends in an arrow and can easily pass through keyholes, sieves, and colander holes. Sieves and colander holes. He's extremely agile and fast in his movements.
So he's like a little macaroni, which is like a fork tail?
Pretty much, yeah. He's like a piece of pasta. Yeah, he's like a piece of spaghetti.
That's cute.
Just slithers around your house.
Spaghetti
And just...
goblin. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, noodle goblin.
Noodle goblin. New sticker.
Oh, actually, Okay, now he's kind of the cutest. Okay,
Yeah, he's kinda cute.
I can dig him.
I like him and
the
the little tub guy or the pancake guy, Cupso
yeah, yeah.
Cute.
Come on, they're fine. They're allowed in. Everybody else, absolutely not.
Absolutely
Get out of my house.
Not.
And especially our very last one, which is the Megas Kilikanzaros. I'm sorry. He's essentially the Mega Goblin. And he's also known as Goatfoot. He is the boss of all of the goblins. He's the ruler of them. He's vicious, miserable, rude, lazy, and bald with goat's leg. With a goat's leg. And wherever he goes, he brings disaster. So
Sounds
he's
like my uncle.
Oh, damn. I was going to say, how are your holidays?
Wow.
Yeah. Those are just 6. There's like oh my god, there's like
right?
yeah, there's tons of them. And I mean, they've all been incorporated over time to like the legend and created whatnot, but yeah, they're so cute. And horrific. No, they're just awful. They're awful little things. I really wish we would I don't know, bring them up to code like we did with the trolls.
Yeah. Yeah,
they would
I
be
feel
really
like it should
cute.
be more kid friendly.
Yeah, I'd appreciate it. Please
I'd like a
thank
Disney
you.
version of these goblins. Thank you.
Mhm. Pretty much, I would like to live in a world of fantasy.
Yes.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Is that too much to ask?
Exactly. But there is good news about the situation, is that there are multiple ways to protect yourselves against these little critters. So it said that if you leave a colander on your doorstep at night, that the goblins who can only count to 2 and consider the number 3 holy will kill themselves before pronouncing it. And they will spend all night counting the holes. So when they reach the number 2, they have to start over again, because if they utter the word 3, they'll go insane and die. So they just keep starting over and over and over again until sunrise, when they disappear without having the time to cause any mischief.
That's rough.
Yeah, you just keep them preoccupied with counting and they can't get in.
Wow.
Another form, I know, it's so cute. Another form of protection is to mark your door with a black cross on Christmas Eve. Another is to burn a smelly shoe on the fire, and that the foul smell will keep the goblins away.
Even the one that smells bad?
Yeah, which, like, I don't get it.
I don't get it. Like, maybe that smell outsmells his smell?
You know what? Maybe they're, you know, you like your own smell, what you're cooking, but you don't like other people's cooking. You know what I mean? I can understand that.
Yeah.
It's still a filthy creature anyway.
Yeah. Filthy goblin.
I'll stink the stank. To stop the Kilikazari, I never know how to pronounce the name.
Right.
So anyway, thank you. To stop the goblins from coming down the chimney, a large log is found and burnt for 12 days until the 6th of January, when the goblins will go back to the center of the earth. This ties in with the Norse tradition of Yuletide, or the burning of the Yule log, which is burnt for the duration of the winter solstice until the sun is on the move again.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. And in Greek folklore, the goblins are frightened away on the 6th of January by Greek priests who go through the houses, blessing them with holy water splashed around with a bunch of fresh basil leaves.
Damn, so it smells extra good.
Right? After these like little goblins like stunk up your house, they're gonna make everything so much better, and they'll bless it.
And they'll bless it. Cherry on top.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the little tradition of the Greek goblins, which I thought was really cute.
Wow. I never knew that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I thought they're just that definitely gives you like a different perspective on Santa Claus's elves, you know?
Yeah, it kind of
They're
reminds
little
me
helpers.
of like Guatemalan dwarves. They're called duendes.
Ooh.
So basically, it's not like a Christmas tradition, but there's little gnomes, like smaller than gnomes, that terrorize your house. Like if you don't braid your hair before going to sleep, they tie it in knots so that you have to like cut it all off. They'll like shit in your food. Yeah, it's pretty
Oh
great.
my god! Ew!
They're kind of horrible.
Yeah, just mischievous little
annoying.
things.
Yeah.
Oh, ew, gross. They'll
Yeah.
shit in your food?
Shit in your
Stop
food.
messing with my food.
Yeah. I don't want your piss or your shit in my food.
Yeah. It's like who pissed in your cornflakes. That takes that saying to a whole new level for me. No,
Yeah.
after these 2 episodes, oh man, I don't want anything coming near my food.
Mm-hmm. My food. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Please stay away.
Wow.
But last and not least, our the final story that we're going to talk about today, or the final folklore tradition, comes from Ukraine, and this is the legend of the Christmas spider. So this legend is an Eastern European folk tale which explains the origin of tinsel on a Christmas tree. It is most prevalent in Western Ukraine, with small ornaments in the shape of a spider are traditionally a part of a Christmas decorations, which they're so cute. I looked some of them up. I'll send a couple pictures of them to you, but they're just like ornaments, like spider ornaments, and they're so cute, and some of them are like beaded and stitched together. Oh my god, they're stunning.
I want one.
Look them up. Yeah, look them up if you can. They are so cute. But the story goes, a poor but hardworking widow once lived in a small hut with her children. One summer day, a pine cone fell on the earthen floor of the hut and took root. The widow's children cared for the tree, excited at the prospect of having a Christmas tree by winter. The tree grew, but when Christmas Eve arrived, they could not afford to decorate it. The children sadly went to bed and fell asleep. Early the next morning, they awoke and saw that the tree had been covered with cobwebs. And when they opened... Yeah, that sounds gross at first, but when they opened the windows and the first rays of sunlight touched the webs, it turned them into gold and silver strings.
Oh.
Yeah. And the widow and her children were overjoyed, and they celebrated, and they were able to have a beautifully decorated Christmas tree for the holidays. And from there on, they never lived in poverty again. Check that out.
It's like a roller coaster
God
of
bless
emotion.
them.
I'm so happy for them, but that sounds disgusting. I love it. Aww.
That's so cute.
very
But like,
cute.
dude, you got spiders in your house. Like, that ain't cool. Like,
All those
ugh.
spiders you got that they have to. You were able to web your whole tree overnight.
Yeah, like a fully grown tree. Like, I'm
Yeah.
assuming it is. Like,
Yeah.
ew, yeah, that's foul.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
But other versions replace the sunlight with a miracle from Father Christmas or Santa Claus or even the child Jesus, and tells the story primarily from the perspective of the spiders who wish to see the Christmas tree. So it's really cute. A lot of like there's like cute like little kids' tales of like the spider wanting to help them out. It's kind of like Charlotte's Web type of thing, but for Christmas.
What if we illustrate and write a book about it?
I'm totally down.
Really like kid-friendly Christmas monsters.
Oh my god, I would love that! And
So
they're like
cute.
Christmas traditions from around the world. I'm
Yeah.
so down for this. 100%. Oh, so many ideas. But the origins of the folktale are unknown, but it is believed to have come from either Germany or Ukraine. In Germany, Poland, and Ukraine, finding a spider or a spider's web on a Christmas tree is considered good luck. And Ukraine's also created small Christmas tree ornaments in the shape of a spider, also known as the pavuki, literally meaning little spiders, usually made up of paper and wire. They also decorate Christmas trees with artificial spider webs, and the tradition of using tinsel is also said to be because of this story. And according to, oh goodness, I don't know how to say your name, sir, Lubo Woolly Nets.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, it looks good. Thank you so much for the support. Folk art curator at the Ukrainian Museum, New York City. The tradition is Ukrainian and dates back to the late 1800s or early 1900s.
Nice.
And it may be based on an older European superstition about spiders bringing good luck, but not black spiders, though, in Germany. For some reason. They just hate black spiders there. I just hate spiders in general, but okay. Or conversely, that it is bad luck to destroy a spider's web before the spider is safely out of its way. So regardless, if you have a spider in your Christmas tree and it starts, webbing up during Christmas, have no fret. That's good luck. And that's where Titstle comes from.
That's awesome. I'm still burning down my tree, though.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
I don't
100%.
want that little shit in my tree.
Yeah, no, that's, I will fully admit that's also the reason why I do not, I get like a normal Christmas tree. I always go artificial. Yeah. They're always fake trees.
Same. Were you the one that told me about, that Christmas tree with like the spider eggs?
That was, the infested tree. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I very briefly thought about getting a real Christmas tree this year. And then I thought about that and I was like, I'm just going to keep using my own.
Yeah, I will pass.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, no thank you. No thank you whatsoever. For those who are curious, I had a friend growing up whose family always used to get like real Christmas trees every year. And the one that they had, there was like a bug infestation. Like they like got inside the tree and like laid eggs and they hatched, and it was just not a good story. The like orchid, what is it, Orkin? Or who's like the bug killers they were called for the Christmas holidays. It just wasn't a good idea. And ever since then, I'm just totally disgusted by like the concept of that. But I still would like a live tree in my house because I would like to be a plant lady at one point in time. And those are my third world struggles. Thank you so much for noticing.
Thank you guys for listening to our creepy stories and wild speculations. This has been the Dark by Design podcast. If you're watching on Twitch, which I know you are, feel free to follow us so you get another notification when we stream next. But if you're watching or listening anywhere else, please like, comment, subscribe, and follow for more monstrous episodes released every Monday at midnight. And you can actually find more information about today's topic on the show's website at darkbydesignpodcast.com or on Instagram, Twitch, and TikTok at darkbydesign_podcast. Listen to us on your favorite podcast streaming site or watch the show on our YouTube channel by searching for Dark by Design Podcast. And we've also launched a Patreon, which we brought up in the beginning. But if you sign up for our Patreon, you get a bunch of amazing goodies and extras starting at the $5 level, including a thank you sticker in print, early access to extended episodes, and downloadable coloring pages that you'll absolutely love. And all Patreon levels also have special access to our Discord, where we can all play games and talk the night away. Yay, friendship! And supporting us on Patreon helps offset the cost of hosting and making the show. We record and edit our own episodes, and your support will mean the absolute world to us. And lastly, we want to hear from you too. So remember that this is a two-way relationship. And if you have a creepy encounter, ghost story, or personal true crime story that you'd like to share with your fellow Coven members, I'm
having like a full-blown conversation. I'm so sorry.
I love it.
I'm just looking into the camera and just mouthing words.
I love it. I saw it from the corners of my eyes, and I was like, I really want to look, but if I look, I'll get off track. I love it. But we want to hear from you too, so remember this is a two-way relationship. And if you have a creepy encounter, ghost story, or personal true crime story that you'd like to share with your fellow Coven members, DM us your story on our socials or email us at darkbydesignpodcast@gmail.com. And we will see you next month for a Twitch stream and in 2 weeks for the next episode.
Oh,
because
how
we are
exciting!
starting our new schedule. So we will see you in 2 weeks.
Absolutely. Bi-weekly schedule, baby, because work is hard and we want to make really cool shit for you even more spectacular.
Yes.
So we can't wait to see you guys.
Agreed.
In the new year. Oh my God, we're so close. This is so exciting. Oh my God, I still think it's 2020.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm trying my best. Fuck it. Hey, there's always next year.
Always next year. Next year will be better. Watch another pandemic break out.
Oh no. Don't wish that.
No pandemics. Please, no more. But yeah, we will catch you guys in 2 weeks. And Twitchers, Twitchites. Yeah,
I like that one better.
Not Twitchers, Twitchites. We'll catch you in a month, maybe. We'll let you know.
Yeah. We might take off for the holiday.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
See ya.
Shocking monster. Never have you known such cringing terror, such sudden shocks.